First on BBC One, Premier League football in Match of the Day with Desmond Lynham.
Good evening, welcome to Match of the Day. You know, we might just have a championship race on our hands. I say might, results might have to go Arsenal's way this evening. Their first job was to beat Derby County, who've been known to upset the big boys. Highbury was ready for this one, and so will we.
It'll be Aranio to take the corner, 4 minutes on the clock. So towards Wanchop, he's got some height on him. Lars Bohemian with the dipping shot, and Manninger having to save with the feet.
Everton are staring down the barrel of a potential relegation to the First Division. Southampton were their opponents. Could this be a real thriller at the Dell?
Looking to get the Saints back into this one. Palmer into Letizia. The captain finds Ostenstadt!
We have all the goals from this weekend in the Premiership. And we've got a couple of people that know all about stopping goals, so their opinion is going to be void on this match. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this one. Everton come into this game at the moment knowing that they sit just one place off the bottom, only on goal difference. But Southampton, well, they find themselves just about 5 points or so away from potentially being out of the relegation problems for this season. Your commentator at the Dell is Trev Motson.
The Southampton supporters are no strangers to a relegation scrap, and this season is no different. However, a win at Elland Road last time out has given the Saints a bit of breathing space above the bottom three. Everton, meanwhile, are drowning in the relegation zone. With 10 games remaining, they are 5 points adrift from safety, and the Nationwide Football League appears to be getting closer. The last two matches between these teams at the Dell have ended in 2-2 draws. That result would certainly suit Southampton better today. Southampton boss Dave Jones names an unchanged side from the 11 that won at Leeds. Kevin Davis scored the winner in Yorkshire, and he is part of an attacking team. Letizia, Ostenstadt and Hurst are all capable of finding the back of the net. Mikael Madar has shown glimpses of why he is a France international. The striker starts alongside Duncan Ferguson for Everton today. There was a welcome clean sheet for Paul Gerrard last week, and he is sure to be busy this afternoon. Played into Palmer, who gets it long towards Hurst. Headed away, and Bilic plays it into Barbie for Everton. Now Madar, who has beaten the offside trap and is through on goal against Jones, and gives Everton the lead inside 12 minutes. Mikael Madar. What a huge goal that could be. It's a brilliant start for Howard Kendall's team. It was so simple for the Toffees. Barnby fed Madar. Southampton's offside trap failed to work, and Jones was unable to stop the Frenchman. Lovely through ball by Barnby. And once Madar was through, there was little doubt as to what the outcome would be. Everton are ahead at the Dell. Mikael Madar on the score sheet. It's a dreadful start for the hosts. Francis Benali looking to get the Saints back into this one. Palmer into Letizia. The captain finds Ostenstadt! A warning shot from Egil Ostenstadt. Palmer into Letizia, and that was not far away. Egil Ostenstadt close to an equaliser. Short up towards Ferguson, who knocks it down to Madar. Now Gary Speed. Good defending. And this is Letitia for Southampton. Really open quarter of an hour, and Matt Letitia is running all the way! But his shot whistles past of Gerrard's right-hand post. Everton had launched upfield and were nearly caught at the back. Moncao heads it away. Comes to Ferguson though. Duncan Ferguson! So nearly 2-0 for Everton, who seem to have gained confidence from last week's scoreless draw against Newcastle. Ostenstadt, back to Letitia. Good defending by Everton, and this is Duncan Ferguson for 2! Jones does really well. Now Hurst, Letitia, Ostenstadt, Egil Ostenstadt. His shot takes a deflection into corner to Southampton. Chances at both ends. Firstly Ferguson denied, and then Ostenstadt. Good block. Letitia over the corner. Headed away, comes to Kevin Richardson. Letitia is an option. Here he is. Now Jason Dodd for Southampton. He's got men in the box. Richardson. Comfortable for Paul Gerrard, who bowls it out to Hutchinson. Southampton come forwards again. Ostenstadt. Now David Hurst. Goes down in the penalty area. Nothing doing. And now Mikael Madar is through again. Madar for Everton. Finds the back of the net. Oh, Mikael Madar. That goal could be worth its weight in gold. The visiting supporters are going potty in that corner. And for the second time in the opening half hour, Mikael Madar has scored for Everton. Again, weak defending allowed him a one-on-one opportunity with Paul Jones, and Madar won the battle again. Southampton 0, Everton 2. Richardson into Palmer. The home fans getting restless. The Saints have had opportunities though, at least for this man Ostenstadt. Here's Letitia. Carlton Palmer continuing his run and scores! Oh, that's a lovely finish from the England international. Great response from the Saints. Carlton Palmer finds the bottom corner. I mentioned that the last two meetings between these two teams were finished in 2-2 draws. Well, we've played just over half an hour and already it's 2-1. Palmer with the latest goal, got past Watson and fired beyond Gerrard. It's a really good goal. Game on. Speed. Popped up by Southampton and Ken Moncao. Was the end of a really interesting first half. An excellent one for Everton, who, through Mikael Madar, found themselves 2 goals ahead. But Carlton Palmer's goal has brought Southampton into it. And at the break, it's Southampton 1, Everton 2. Howard Kendall will be so pleased with that opening 45 minutes. Madar on the score sheet twice. But here's a chance for Southampton immediately. Hurst into Le Tissier! 2-2! Everton switched off from the kick-off. And Le Tissier punishes them. Lovely strike by the skipper. And the Saints have come from 2 goals down to draw themselves level. And what a second half this is going to be. Hurst with the first time layoff. One touch from Le Tissier to get it out of his feet, and then whack past Gerrard. 2-2 at the Dell. Benali. Ostenstadt. What an atmosphere here at the Dell now. Dodd. Le Tissier. David Hurst. Goes down and it's a penalty. Dermot Gallagher points to the spot. We've had 4 minutes of the second half. Southampton went into it 2-1 down. And they now have a chance from 12 yards to make it 3-2. Clumsy defending. Hurst wins the penalty. Matt Le Tissier, usually so reliable from the penalty spot. Oh, it's saved by Gerrard! A huge save from the Everton keeper. And Le Tissier is denied. What a wonderful afternoon of football this has been. There's still over half an hour left. This is Ferguson. Now Cadamarteri, the substitute. Ferguson will get onto it, but it's a good save by Jones. That's twice Paul Jones has denied Ferguson, when the striker usually would have done so much better. Good goalkeeping that. Le Tissier. Hutchison wins the ball and Madar will get onto this. Mikel Madar on a hat-trick. And he's missed the target. Well, in the form he's in, you would have backed him. Jones came out. But it's a wayward effort from Madar. Cadamarteri, Everton have put their foot back on the accelerator here. They really do want all 3 points. That will leave gaps. Can Southampton exploit them? It's Le Tissier! Rattles the woodwork and Everton clear the ball. Brilliant effort from Matt Le Tissier. No chance for Gerrard. Everton get away with it. Cadamarteri racing down the right wing for Everton. Looks up, crosses it, Ferguson! It's not been his afternoon. On another day he might have had a hat-trick, but that was a wayward finish. Good play by Cadamarteri. Not so good from Ferguson. 5 minutes remain at the Dell. Will we see a winner? Dodd gets past Farrelly, plays it into Le Tissier. Matt Le Tissier. Gerrard clears the ball. Now Richardson for Southampton. Davis, the hero of last week. Ostenstadt. Le Tissier! Southampton! So often Matt Le Tissier is the hero, and once again he finds the back of the net when Southampton need him the most. What a moment on the south coast. It's been a brilliant second half from Southampton. not least from Le Tissier, who might have missed a penalty. But the memories of that have been well and truly banished there. It's a great finish. And Everton are running out of time to find a response. Everton remain rooted into the relegation zone. Matt Le Tissier with a late winner has broken toffee hearts. Mikel Madar put the visitors 2-0 up early on, but a rousing comeback from Southampton has resulted in a win for the hosts. It's finished Southampton 3, Everton 2.
Well, what a wonderful game that was. A real pleasure, but my heavens, are Everton going to be kicking themselves 2-0 up and they get beat? But it's one of the great performances by Southampton, wasn't it? It was an amazing performance by Southampton to come back. Their strength of mind, I think you've got to credit Dave Jones for what he's got with that side. But that formation with Hurst, Ustenstadt and Le Tissier is proving to be a real powerhouse. But I think that Southampton's success is down to one player that drove it, and for me it was Carlton Palmer. Best performance I've seen with him. Everything great went through him, all great. You know, he controlled that midfield. Once he got the game under control, it was excellent. He really deserves a lot of credit for that wonderful performance. Well, troubles for Everton. They've been beat again, Trevor. Do you think they're going to get relegated? It's such a tall order at the end of the day. 23 points, 8 games to go. They've got to win all of them really to stand half a chance. They've got to produce championship winning form. I think 37, 38, 40 points is probably what they're looking for. So what they're looking at, 6-7 wins. It's really worrying for Everton. I don't know if they can. Now our attention goes to the top of the Premiership at the moment. And before we show you Arsenal's game, let's bring you up to speed, starting with events at Hillsborough. Manchester United were beaten on the road, Ron Atkinson getting one over his former employer and the manager that took over with his role. And it was a new signing for him, signed from Celtic, that made the difference. Paolo Di Canio's best performance in a Wednesday shirt. After good play between Booth and Carboni, he got the first. The second was good work from new signing Andy Hinchcliffe that found space on the left-hand side, but the finish was just brilliant from Paolo Di Canio. A touch to take it away for Schmeichel, and one to ping it right in the top corner. Manchester United resoundingly beaten. Aston Villa look a different side under John Gregory. It's amazing the difference a manager can make, even on luck. Ugo Ekiot's header deflected off Dennis Wise and bounced back over the line as Aston Villa won this one, and in truth fully deserved. As for Chelsea, well, the change of manager hasn't really worked for them. Their unbeaten home record came to an end. Liverpool might think they're still in the title race with teams above them faltering, but on this occasion here today though, the goals that were taken were ones of real quality. Karl-Heinz Rieder got the first for Liverpool. That was good play from McManaman and Berger in the nest, and McManaman's ball, well, it was an easy goal for a striker of that quality as the lead was broken. But Bolton have been able to find a little bit of form themselves, but they haven't really got the results which they believe they deserve. They were able to get back into it. Nathan Blake found the room and a delightful finish to make it 1-1. But the winning goal was down to Liverpool's teenage sensation, and proof never stopped chasing down lost causes. Especially when the ball broke through to Owen that found himself one-on-one, didn't hesitate with all that pace in the road to find the corner past Jääskeläinen and bring Liverpool all 3 points, much to the absolute joy of the Kop. Now, will Owen be on the plane to France? It was the Big Roses derby, although not as you know it. South Yorkshire versus Lancashire. A game which really had some great moments, particularly this wonderful goal that was scored by Neil Redfern. Really is in the form of his life as he looks to keep his Barnsley side in the Premiership. However, it was all in vain in the end, as not long after that wonder goal, Tim Sherwood was able to find another great goal of himself. Dancing round the Barnsley defence, was given all the time on the rope to find the back of the net and duly obliged to equalise. Winning goal though was good work in the end. Stuart Ripley finding Flitcroft on the end of the area, a touch to settle himself and then one to curl it in past the goalkeeper. Delight for Rovers, who form in 1998, puts them in relegation threatened positions. A welcome reprieve here. Well, with defeats for Manchester United and Chelsea, Arsenal had the opportunity to close the gap for them. Derby County, though, has sometimes been known to produce a bogey side to some of the top sides. Can Arsenal silence their critics at the Highbury? Commentary for this one is from Trev Champion.
Two sides with a very different experience this season. Arsenal only a few points behind leaders Manchester United. Nothing to be really concerned about at this stage in terms of losing ground in the title race. They can gain some today. Arsenal have had some valuable home victories this season. Derby County, unfortunately for them, very much mid-table this season. 10 plus points separating them from the top. But they would see that as a big achievement this season, and rightly so. But a big win at Arsenal today would make a statement. Christopher Ray up front with Anelka got the winning goal, vital winning goal, against Crystal Palace last time around. Derby County lining up very much the same again, with the dangerous Paolo Wanchop ever a threat. It'll be Aranio to take the corner. 4 minutes on the clock. Towards Wanchop, he's got some height on him. Lars Bohemian with the dipping shot, and Manninger having to save with the feet. Improvised save, but it certainly did the job for Arsenal. Almost an early goal for Derby. It's a lovely hit from Bohemian. That's a good stop. It really is a really good stop from Manninger. Wanchop again, and wins his header again. Here's Delap. Wanchop. Vieira didn't get tight enough to him there. Rowett on the overlap. Can he get a ball in? Delap keeps it in play on the byline. Still Delap. And Rowett. He's got space to turn! And it's at the post! And is it going in? And Bold sweeps it off the line. Arsenal survives somehow. It's a great strike by Rowett, who made good space off the inside of the post. It hit Manninger, and Bold was alert, and a yard or so and Arsenal would be behind. Wanchop, Piano with a shot. That's a great effort, and Derby in this first quarter of an hour have really rocked the Gunners. It's just wide. Manninger beaten for a second time. Vieira manages to find guard, and here's Ray. And Ray looking for a shot there. That looked like a trip. Referee says yes. Ray just deciding against a quick free kick there, realising the situation they're in, which is rather a dangerous one. Overmars standing over it. Overmars deflected, a goal! It took a clip off the wall, and Mark Overmars has opened the scoring for Arsenal, certainly against the run of play. They've picked it up in the last 5 minutes and have capitalised where Derby did not. It's a little flick, but it's just enough to lift it. And into that corner, Boom just couldn't react. Big goal for Arsenal in their quest for the Premier League Championship. Inside for Vieira, it's calmed the nerves in. The shot by Anelka, and well gathered. The deflection this time taking it into the arms of the goalkeeper. Arsenal looking a lot more confident now. Overmars has calmed the nerves somewhat. Bohemian. Dixon getting tight to Piano, who got a good strike in, and Manninger behind you. Again, it bounced in front of him, but he managed to gather. Powell, he didn't judge that at all, and Vieira got a boot behind it, and here's Ray. Anelka. Well held up by Anelka, and he's brought Hughes into play. Left-footed cross, looking for Anelka again! Off the woodwork, 2-0. It's great build-up, it really is, from Arsenal. That, I believe, is what separates this Arsenal side from Derby. They did not take their chances early on, and Arsenal have punished them clinically because of that. It's a long-range 1-2 essentially here by Anelka and Hughes. Linking up, he just waited for that run on the far post. There's the first header, and when it came back off the woodwork, Anelka was alert with a simple tap-in. A cushion for the Gunners. They very much needed. United will be looking over their shoulders. Plenty of time yet, though, left in this contest. One chop. Boulder's dealt with him well today, in fairness. Ball by Bohemian for Moranio, but Hughes dealt with that well. Justified his return to the squad today, but he's made a mistake there, and one chop is in! And that's the chance to get Derby back in this game, and he has not taken it. It's a mistake by Hughes, a rare one. The through ball, and one chop just stumbles. He slips. Crucial. Powell. Arsenal have been on the defensive a lot in this game. There has been a desperation to Derby's play in this half. Quickly taken. Carbonari. And it was near post, swept away from Manninger. It's going to come back for Bohemian, who can shoot and has. And another great strike by him, and another great save by Manninger. One either side of the half-time whistle that Manninger's had to deal with from Bohemian, but he did a really good job both times. Carbonari. Moranio. Still Derby push. Been an admirable effort, and really more like this will see them go up the table. Clash between himself and Dixon there. Play continues. Carbonari again, chance to cross. And he does for one shot, and Manninger is equal to it again. One of Arsenal's best players today has been the goalkeeper. It's a good ball, it's a stooping header. And Derby will feel they deserve something from this game today. Goal for Winterburn. Arsenal trying to see this out now. It's been a very difficult contest. The scoreline suggests otherwise. Anelka. Daly trying to get a foot in. And Overmars. And he's hit the post. That would have sealed it. One of the rare opportunities for Arsenal in this half. And Overmars, who made space for himself on the turn, went near post and found the post. It's over. Arsenal pick up a valuable 3 points against a plucky and often unlucky Derby County side today. But Highbury can rest easy knowing that Arsenal are firmly in this title race. It's Arsenal 2, Derby County 0.
Well, Arsenal winners quite comfortably in the end, but again, as we saw in midweek in the Cup, it was a goalkeeping performance that really kept them there, and it was someone that had to step in. Yeah, David Seaman, not sure how 100% fit he is. I think I rumour that he's going to try and very much play the Manchester United game, but Alex Manninger came in. He looks a little bit unsteady to begin with, but once he settled, I thought he put on a really fine performance, some really big saves. Well, Trevor, Arsenal have won here. Chelsea have lost, Manchester United have been beaten. Do you really think Arsenal can challenge for this championship? Well, realistically, what they're going to need? Eight games in a row they've got to win, potentially. They've got to, they have to go beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. That has to happen. If they don't do that, I think the title is going to slip away. That's what they've got to focus on. They beat Man United at Old Trafford, who are unbeaten home this season. I think the Gunners have got a shout. I really do. Well, we'll wait and see. Now it's time to wrap up all the other games that took this weekend in the Premiership. This was a London derby to remember for both sides, and perhaps one of the best games we've seen at Selhurst Park this season. That's bearing in mind Wimbledon are also there. The opening goal though was good, where Sansa Kursic was able to get a shot off. It collected off the post. Neil Shipley reacted quickest, and he was able to put Palace ahead. West Ham United were able to drive level when Steve Lomas' long ball was brilliantly played through by Paul Kitson. He saw an unmarked John Hartson in the area, a tap-in. Great teamwork goal. Harry Redknapp will be delighted with that. And then a mistake from a corner. Dean Gordon's header out only went as far as Steve Lomas, who thought why not? And why not? Some cracking goals this weekend. Lomas, as you could ask just for sheer power, should get right up there. And then West Ham United were 3-1 ahead. The ball over the top from Frank Lampard and a David Plass-esque finish from Paul Kitson, and suddenly it was looking like another defeat for Crystal Palace. But they were able to get themselves back in. 20 minutes from time, Dean Gordon was able to start the move that got them one back in. Sansa Kursic found a bit of room, his effort deflected off Andy Impey, and it was too good to beat Ludovic Miklosko and give Palace hope. With 4 minutes to go, they got their equaliser. Ali Lilligan pushing forward as a makeshift centre-forward to try and force it, and it's their makeshift manager that got it. Attila Lombardo's curling strike, 3-3 at Selhurst Park in an unbelievable game. George Graham said Leeds United is still learning how to play, being a very young side. But the one thing about them, though, they do have some players that really know what they're doing. 1-0 winners at home to Spurs. David Hopkin got the goal, an excellent strike which nobody in a Spurs shirt had an answer for. Leeds won at home. No goals in this game, but there were certainly some opportunities for both sides to try and force it. The best opportunity for Coventry City arose after this cross in the box, and this header over from Darren Huckabee. He'll be kicking himself about that. For Wimbledon, their best moment in the game, going to link up with a youngster. Cole Court and Marcos Gale combined to play the youngster through. His first touch let him down, his second was nearly utterly sublime. Wasn't to be though, goalless here. Newcastle United have Alan Shearer back, but he wouldn't know about it because they're still struggling for goals and they're still conceding moments. Robbie Savage perhaps should have put Leicester City in the lead. Newcastle United did find a way to have their best chance of the match, and it was Shearer that got it. A touch that said himself, nearly scoring one of the goals this evening with a delightful chip that nearly beat Casey Keller. Goalless than this one also. On top of the table, Arsenal will travel to Old Trafford to play Manchester United next. What a huge game that was. Not a lot in goal difference, but there is 5 points between them. Win from Arsenal could close that gap to 2. Chelsea be disappointed to see their form drop away, but Liverpool still keeping pace at the top. Southampton's win moves them up to 14th in the table, probably about 5 points short of safety, one would suggest. Aston Villa's win also climbs them up to 11th. Bolton Wanderers slip to the bottom of the table, joined with Crystal Palace. Everton are there, Barnsley just floating above. Well, match of the day, man of the day, it was saves galore at Arsenal in the end, but in truth, we've got to go to a wonderful performance of Southampton to come from behind, 3 goals from 2 down to win this. Bit of a match of the day classic from all of us. Cheerio. Thank you for watching here this match on Trevor Sports. If you've liked it, please don't be afraid to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you do fancy it, head on over to Ko-fi. The link is in the description. Buy me a coffee for all the hard work. Further than that, make sure you enjoy more games coming up.